Hi to gamers and welcome to Checkpoint Reach, a weekly show where we discuss a topic in gaming, occasional news stories, movie and TV quotes, and just random life rants. Thank you all so much for joining us. On today's topic of this episode, we will be talking about the single player game's dilemma. Is it a dilemma? We don't know. We're going to discuss. We're going to dive in. My name is Lex, of course, and I am joined by my fantastic co-host, Ernie. They call him Mr. Cheeseburger. How are you doing, dude? What's up?
Hello, my friend, dude. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for joining me. How are you?
I'm doing fine, dude. I was telling you a little bit before, and I'm gonna let the listeners know. I might be a little wonky, dude, because I'm a little sleep deprived. I was on a camping trip. Got back on Monday, and we were gone for 5 days, dude. It was hot, not a lot of sleep going on, but it was a good time. But like I'm barely just catching up on my sleep, but I'm still kind of feeling a little. Every once in a while, I get a little jolt. Just shocks my head a little bit. But I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Or you're on a camping trip trying to find yourself, yeah? And
I was trying to find myself.
You're showering in the waters of Lake Minnetonka, yeah?
Saskatoon. Yeah, it's funny. We're actually in Bakersfield, which is a funny place. It's like this little event that goes on out there, and I've never gone before. It was a good time. It was fun. We went with a bunch of people. I don't know if I'd do it again. It was a lot. Just 5 days is too much. Maybe 3, but 5 days, yeah, it's rough. But we were in an RV, so it was nice. We camped in that. So it was cool. It's just the heat, dude. The heat gets you. But how are you, dude?
Yeah,
how are you
dude.
doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. But I mean, like, get into the heat, yeah, dude. I mean,
get into it.
The wife, please, if I may, the wife and I, we went on a hike, and it was like a little sunnier than usual, right? So the heat was out. And sun was burning, dude. And I remember that day, dude. We came back home, we ate and everything. We came home, we're like, we're kind of done, dude. Like we're like chill. Like we turned on a movie and we just laid in bed, bro. That's how bad. Like the sun. I can only imagine. And that's a hike. It's nothing crazy. Like you're trying to survive like 5 days of God knows what you were doing out there. But I'm assuming you're in the freaking hot sun dancing or whatever, But it's like it takes a lot out of you, dude. It's crazy. The sun is a friend, but also a foe. Just kidding.
It's hard. He's hard to escape. He's hard to escape that son of ours.
He's like the Mario son, dude, where it just chases you.
Has a little crazy face.
Yeah, it gets all angry.
But yeah, dude. I mean, it was a good time. It's good to be back. It's good to be fun recording with you. I wanted to get this episode out for a specific reason, but which we will get into. But before we get into that, we can talk about what games we've been playing since we've been missing each other here. I can go ahead into it first because I think I'm gonna have a quicker section. Just because like I said, I've been gone. It's funny because my girlfriend Daisy, she brought the Switch with her on the road just so she can. I don't know if you're gonna be able to like access it because she needs to get on her Animal Crossing to sell her turnips. And she was able to sell them for however like a lot of money or whatever they sell in that game, bells, I think it is. And literally she used it for like 5 seconds. I'm also now the Switch is just gonna be with us for this 5 days in the burning sun. She's like, yeah. So she got it on her hotspot, but whatever. I mean, that was it. It was fine. But yeah, other than that, I mean, since I've left you, I mean, I've just been playing Red Dead. I'm literally at the end of the game. I can smell the end. I'm almost there. I'm gonna jump into Undead Nightmare as well. I don't remember if I talked about it last time. I don't think I did. I ended up buying Lego Batman. Well, we both bought Lego Batman together, and I did play a little bit of it. I'm still in the early aughts of it, the beginning. It's the tutorial section. It seems like it's kind of a bit. It's like a whole thing for it. I'm still with the Rasagu. He's training me, and I haven't became Batman yet, but I am playing that. And dude, it looks great. I mean, we're playing it on Steam. It looks gorgeous. I mean, I think it looks beautiful. We were talking about this a little bit. I have not played a proper Lego game in a while since like the Skywalker Saga, and that game looked great as well when I played it on my PlayStation, but I just kind of fell off of it. And I haven't really played a Lego game since, but I always wanted to play like in between that time. I was like, I want to play either like the Lord of the Rings one. I remember I was telling you, I want to play Lord of the Rings game. I'll play the Lego one. Oh, then there's the Pirates one. But there's so many different Lego games that I just got overwhelmed. Where I'm like, I don't know if I want to play any of these now because there's just so many of them that I wanted to play. Where I'm like, you get that feeling, right? That you have so many games of a certain genre that you want to play that you end up just not playing any of them because you're like, I don't know what to do here. So that's where I've been, but I barely been playing that. I'm excited to get into more of it, hopefully this weekend if I can, and try to have more for you then. But other than that, dude, that's it, dude. Nothing. It's been a slow gaming week for me, obviously, because I've been gone. But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, to go back to what you were saying about the too many games, I feel you, dude. I've been in this weird slump, but yeah, when you have too many games, it's kind of like Netflix. You don't know what to watch. You just have so many things accessible to you that it's just like you end up just like watching or playing something that you've previously played that you're just it's like the comfort, right? And we've talked about comfort gaming. And so yeah, dude, I understand what you mean. I have had this really difficult time gaming lately, brother. It's like I don't know what it is. It's just been like hard. I think it's probably because I didn't have you, maybe. I don't know. Um, maybe you're the fire that starts my gaming. You know, I was like, that sounds funny. No, I just haven't been in the mood. Like literally, I'll like kind of the day kind of like takes me out. So by the time the bar closes and I feel like coming down, no, there's not to carry me home. That's the song. No, I like what I end up doing is just like doom scrolling, dude. I end up like watching a movie or something on my phone, just like chilling. I really don't really make time to play. But recently, because now it's been like what, like two couple days now that we haven't talked. Yesterday, I was actually able to play some games, dude. And per your recommendation, I played two of the games that you had recommended, which was Red Dead Redemption. You were talking about that. I ended up getting that working on my Steam Deck. And I started the single player just because I was like, I could play Undead Nightmare because I've already beaten this game very like recently. And I started the story and I'm like, God, this is so good, dude. The dialogue, the way, dude, it just flows so well. I've done that beginning of that game so many damn times that it still is so good. Like I excited. Like when you race, what's her name? Was it Bonnie?
Bonnie. Hmm.
Yeah, when you raise Bonnie and then she's like, what is she? She's like, he's all, I hate to take money from a lady. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, and then because so the way John Marston speaks is so articulate that
Hmm.
it's so good, dude.
Doesn't she say,
Um,
"I'm hardly a lady, Mister Marston"? She says some stuff
yeah,
like that. I don't know.
exactly.
She's funny. She's
She's
feisty, dude. She's feisty.
yeah, she's fine, dude. I love her. She's such a great character too. They're all well written characters. So I was playing a little bit of that. I played the single player. I like it. Didn't even attempt to play Undead Nightmare just because that freaking single player, like the main story, was so freaking good. And then I ended up playing up a little bit of South Park Fractured Butthole, and I only got to the beginning. The beginning is really good. It's really funny. I don't know if you guys have done this or have you. I know you've played this, Lex. I know you don't really tend to skip cutscenes. I was trying to skip it because I've already seen it, and so I was skipping it and skipping it. And if you skip it, Cartman tells you, no, 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 wait, you need to hear this. He's like, this is really good. And then if you
Yeah,
keep doing it, and eventually he goes, all right,
that's
now you're just being a
hilarious.
dick. It's like, it's so good.
That's pretty sweet.
And then,
No, I
so
didn't.
yeah,
I didn't recommend that game to you. You said those
no,
games I
no, that one you
recommended.
did
I
not.
didn't.
The second one, I hadn't, you had to know the second game you had recommended me, which I was
Mhm.
playing today, was Uncharted Lost Legacy. It's the one with Chloe and
Mhm.
Nadine, sort of their own adventure. I think it's a prequel to
Mhm.
Uncharted Thieves End, if I'm not mistaken. So
Mhm.
you kind of meet them when like Nadine is not trying to kill you, I guess, as Nathan Drake. And
Mhm.
it's cool. It's really good so far. I like the banter. I mean, it's still well written, Naughty Dog, and the climbing, the puzzle. The puzzles are kind of silly. I really don't care for the puzzles all that much in this one. I feel like they're not difficult; they're just annoying. And I think you and I have to share that same sentiment. But granted, I have not played Uncharted Thieves End in quite some time, which is the fourth one, or one, two, or three, right? So I couldn't really speak on that. Um, but I was playing that game, and I just started that today. And it's funny because I started off with saying I haven't been able to play a lot of games, and then this is the last game I was able to play because
Mhm.
I'm telling you, like the past couple of days I haven't, but now, not like this past week I wasn't able to, but this couple of days, like maybe like 2 3 days now, I've been able to
Mhm.
actually like want to play something. And one of the other games I was playing was Cuphead, dude. Have you ever played Cuphead?
So I tried it a little bit, but I really didn't get past the first. I did the tutorial and like I just couldn't. It was just too hard. I just didn't have the patience at the moment. It was the time when I was buying a bunch of games for my Switch, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought that was one of them. And I was just trying everything, and I played it. I was like, oh yeah, this game is a little too tough to me. Maybe I'll come back, which I have not.
Yeah, it's a tough game, and well, Here's the thing: the game isn't very tough. It's just very like you got to learn the you got to learn the gameplay, which sounds silly to say, but like
Hmm.
it's like Mega Man, where it's like you do something, that's how they're gonna react. You're gonna know what they're gonna do. Once
Hmm.
you learn what they're gonna do in that, it's very simple. It's not like very difficult. Obviously, you screw up, so every time I've played it, I've screwed up. I've never blamed the game. Usually you play some games and you're like, no, this is not, that was the game. You know, you kind of get pissed at the game itself. This is like, oh, I messed up. I effed up. Like I shouldn't have jumped that fast. Like I know these things. And I think with that game is just like learning. I've
Hmm.
beaten like 2 to 3 bosses. I think it's three, and so I've progressed then to then. I think the one I was stuck on for a while was I fight two toads that are like simultaneously shooting at you or doing things. It's really cool. It's just there's a lot going on screen, and I think that one I had to really like focus up. But that's what I'm saying. It's like when those things were happening to me, I was never like, oh, this is the game's fault. It was like, no, I just need to learn. Okay, this is what's going to happen when this happens. This is what I need to do. And it's so it became much easier for me, but I don't think it's
Hmm.
that hard. I think it's just very, you just got to learn the rhythm of the game.
Yeah, I mean it's like a Dark Souls, right? In a
Personally,
way, it was a little more basic.
kind of.
I mean, I love and
Well,
I love the aesthetic of the game as well, and the soundtrack of it. It's just so cool. It's like, you know what I mean? It's
oh yeah, it's really cool. I don't like it all that much. It kind of creeps me out a
ah,
little bit. I don't know why. Those
ah,
cartoons always that era of cartoons always scared me as a kid, even now as a grown
hmm.
adult. Like it always like spooks me for some reason.
Uh,
Um, But yeah, anyways, yeah. So I was playing that, dude. I've been playing a little bit of games quite a bit now. I brought the Steam Deck out, dude. Which that thing just went up like freaking crazy amount of money.
yeah,
Um,
I was gonna mention
it's
that
wild.
as a new segment, but I'm like, I feel like we've already kind of been talking about this, and I've seen it coming, but it is official. Yeah, those things did officially get a price bump of the Steam Deck, which yeah, it's pretty pricey. Sadly. So if you manage to get one before the price, good for you. If not, if you got the money to get it, get it. I mean, it's a great
Yeah, I
machine.
mean, at this
Obviously,
point, if
it's worth it, right? It's not gonna. I mean, I think what the price of it now is basically what I got my Asus for. When it first
yeah,
came
and
out,
that's what I was
maybe a
gonna
lot like a
say.
hundred, maybe like 100 less, but yeah, they're worth it.
That's what I was gonna say. If you guys end up like they are thinking now to buy a Steam Deck and or any sort of handheld, just get an Asus ROG Ally X, the Xbox one. It's the same
Yeah,
price at this point, and it's like you're gonna get more bang for your buck.
yeah, exactly.
Sadly, it's not worth spending that money
We
on the Steam Deck. The Steam
hey
Deck's a great machine, but
we've been warning, we've been talking about it. The warning signs have been there. That's been there. So if
yeah,
you,
but this one came
I think
out
it's
without any like. I don't think it was like like Switch is like, oh, we're doing it in September. They just did it.
no, that's
You
true.
know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's just
and I think the Steam Deck is still sold out either way, right? So even if people wanted to go on it, I
yeah.
think you can't even do it anyway. So you're kind of stuck at that price regardless.
No,
So
you're gonna be for a
um,
little bit.
unless you buy
It's
used,
crazy.
which is an
Maybe
option,
I
of
don't even
course.
know if people are selling used right now. Honestly, I
People are
looked up
probably selling
on
worse.
Facebook Marketplace. You could find some stuff on there, but those people like for whatever reason they'll read your message and never reply. It's like they disappeared. So I don't know. I
That's
mean, good
true.
luck if you end up trying, but
That is true. Um, so yeah, sad. But hey, that gets us into this next situation. I mean, speaking kind of ties in right about pricing and all that good stuff. But we're talking about the single player game dilemma. So basically, the reason I wanted to bring this episode up to you, Ernie, is because I realized in this month of May, so many games have came out, specifically single player games, and it's so funny because it still shows that Grand Theft Auto released on the 26th of this month because it was originally supposed to release this month, and it's still
yeah,
showing. Oh, it's just released, but obviously it did not. Um, and I think people were even saying like, "Hey, Grand Theft Auto's out." um, imagine if they did that, right? They just tricked everyone. Like, no, it's actually
dude,
out.
that'd be
That'd
so
be
crazy if it's
that'd
out.
be a
Like, dude,
wild
oh my dude,
that'd be a wild turn of
that would
events.
like,
Break the internet
dude, honestly, it would break the internet. Yeah.
like MK. I'm just kidding. But yeah, dude. I mean, just talking about this month alone. I mean, the directive 80/20 came out, which no, not a lot of people are talking about it. I think Horizon 6. Now, I'm not really familiar with those games. I think there are multiplayer aspects of it. Uh, 007 First Light just released as we're talking. Uh, uh, Batman, Lego Batman came out. We had Mixtape that came out, Subnautica 2 that came out, a new game called Mina the Hollower that just came out. This is all just this month. Like this month was just randomly stacked. And I started thinking, I'm like, man, kind of feels like single player games might be coming back, dude, a little bit. And I know they've been there. Again, I know they've always been there, but for the past couple of years, multiplayer games have been just dominating, right? Like everything has just been multiplayer, the battle royales, the looter shooters, the what is the arc rated ones called? What do they call those? An escape
Looter
from
shooter,
Tarkov
I
and
think. I
all
think
that.
you're right.
No, are they, no, they're called a specific thing. I don't know why I can't think of it right now. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, the PVEs,
I'll
the
look it up, but
PVEs,
I'm
and all
pretty
that time.
sure.
But let me look it up real quick because people are gonna be like, you, yeah, bad. Uh,
No,
um,
I think I'm
you know
pretty
when you're listening,
sure.
you
Oh, it's
ever
called
listen to
yeah, extraction shooter, extraction looter,
extraction shooter? Thank you. That was the correct
extraction
term.
looter
You know when
shooter.
you're listening like another like podcast or YouTube and like people are talking like, oh, what's that name? And you know, and you're like, ah, and you're like trying to scream, but obviously
Like
they
you're
can't hear
like
you,
yelling at the
and
yeah, dude.
and you get happy. You're not happy. You're mad. But yeah, but then now there's this whole dilemma too because now that First Light 007 just dropped, right? And everyone's loving it. Well, majority of people are loving it. Obviously, I mean, it's always going to be a love hate with every game. Doesn't matter, regardless. There's going to be people that hate Grand Theft Auto, right? But now it's like we're in this era of like this games like can just constantly go forever, like Fortnite, right? We can constantly, but now we're at this point for us personally, Fortnite's kind of boring. And then we had those games like the Assassin's Creed Valhalla's 100-hour RPGs that we're getting, all these huge RPGs, 60-hour plus. Now we're starting to get these games that are a little bit back to under 20 hours, and now people are upset again. They're still mad. They're like, oh, I don't want to pay $70. 007 is only 14 hours, blah blah blah. And this just kind of just sparks this whole debate, right? It's like, again, everyone has their different say. I mean, we just played Requiem, right? This past month, Resident Evil. What was that? It took you 14 hours, I think. It took me about the same. I want to say.
Yeah, just
I
about.
I thought it was worth every penny. I loved it. I had a great time. Obviously, there's replay value to it. Some people were upset. They're like, "What? I paid $70 for this, and I'm only getting this." And it's crazy to think because, like, back in the day, I think we used to pay $50 for a game, and they used to be like what 6-8 hours, right? Am I not mistaken? There are some games that
Just
were
about.
like
I mean,
that at a time.
it really depends. It goes back to that conversation, like you said, like there was a point where The Witcher 3 had come out, Wild Hunt, right? And that game was like crazy, more than 60 plus hours. And
Did
then
that
we
game just
had
not?
the Order 18. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, did The Witcher just announce a new DLC coming out for it?
Yeah, that's
That's
coming out
crazy.
like 2027, I believe.
Mm.
Yeah.
But continue,
But
please.
so that game was like I think 60 plus, like way more than that. And then around that same time, I think the Order 1886 was out as well, if I'm not mistaken, on PS4 or something like that. I forget the time frame, but I know that game was like 8 hours or 5 hours to beat, something like that. And it was like that was when the big length and pricing debate was, because I think people are like, I would pay a premium to play The Witcher 3 because it's an amazing game and there's a lot of content there. And I agree. There's a lot to do. The world is alive, dude. It is probably hands down one of the most like immersive games I've played in like a long time. It was great. I could
Hmm.
have like stayed there for quite much more time than I did when I beat that game. And but I did not, right? But like I could have just bought that one game and played it for the whole damn year. But
Yeah.
it's like does length equal to quality? You know what I mean? I think that then that but that's the thing is like we don't know, right? Your perception or your perspective on how you game it is so different than mine because you might have more time or I have more time than you. And so, depending on what we're looking for to play, there's so many games now. It's like you can't really complain, right? Like if you want to play an indie game, if you want to play a novel game like Mixtape, or you want to play freaking a long RPG like The Witcher, like you have so many options out there. It's just that people are so fixated on what's the new, what's the now. It's like you have
Hmm.
a library of a bunch of stuff. But
But yeah, the debate is like the newer games now, right? Now they're like, oh, none of these games justify 70 price. Yeah, of course you can go back and play Witcher, but it's been out for so many years. It's gonna be you can get it for what, $20 maybe now, maybe even less. And that's great, but like at the time that wasn't like that. And we always bring Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla into this, right? Like it's a huge game, empty world, right? Didn't for us at least, like it didn't feel as alive as the other ones. So yeah, I mean, and then there's the Ubisoft effect, right? The map vomit. Like you open these games and it's like there's everything's on this map, way too many things going on, and it's still dead. Like Witcher, it's hard to compare because Witcher was felt alive as opposed to like some Ubisoft games where there's so much going on the map. Yes, when you get there, it's like, oh, this is not fun. I spent so many times
Yeah, and
looking around in Valhalla trying to get like treasures and like, this is not worth it. Like this was lame. I didn't like this.
it
Go
wasn't
ahead.
like worth it. And I think that's the thing is like, I think Valhalla came out in a perfect time because it was 2020. COVID had just like started to happen, right? And so like it was the right place, right time, and I think it did really well. It sold really well. I think that was one of the Assassin's Creed games that Ubisoft like they put all their time and effort into that game,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they made a lot of money with that game because of the time frame, right? Again, it really depends. Like it's like you said, I beat Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a great game. I think the combat was fun. I like the RPG elements. Some of the story was pretty cool, but I did not enjoy that lifelessness of going from place to place. Like at the end of it, it just felt repetitive, and I was like, well, I've already feel like I've done this. Why am I doing this again? And that's the thing with The Witcher. I never felt that. I didn't. And again, we're not comparing just these two games. It's just for this particular like open world and
Mm-hmm.
lived in world that you can immerse yourself in, which is what Assassin's Creed Valhalla was trying to imitate. Um,
Yeah. I
that's the thing is like you're just there.
yeah. I do want to argue too, like, when the order of what is it, 1886 came out, I think the big debate with two
Correct. Yeah.
was it was more of a technical demo, right, for what the PS4 can do. Because I think it was more of the launch game. And I remember it being more of an interactive kind of movie than an actual game to play. I mean, you could play it obviously, but it was more of just showcasing what the PS4 was capable of
Yeah.
in terms of graphical quality. And yeah, people were upset about it. I mean, again, I think you and I enjoyed it, but I mean, you can argue right now that even mixtape is kind of the same, right? Mixtape is showing you like this cool stuff how it looks and nostalgia and the cool music it brings. 3 hours. What is it? 30 bucks, right? Is that what the game's worth? I believe.
I believe so, baby. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
and
that.
yeah, it's just that's another thing. It's like, and like that starts getting people thinking again. It's like, wait, I just paid 30 bucks for this just to watch, basically. And I mean, again, we did that little let's play. You can check that out. It's on our
I
YouTube.
know.
And
Can I say
and
something about that real quick?
please,
Or I don't
hmm
want you to lose your train of thought.
no,
Are
no,
you
no,
you good? Okay, I
go
was
ahead,
going
go
to tell
ahead.
you this. I saw this very recently, and I think you'd get a kick out of it because we're talking mixtape. I had seen that they're doing this limited run thing, and I think in select theaters or somewhere where you can go watch the 3 hour gameplay, like someone's gameplay. Basically, you're just gonna watch this in a theater in like
I
somewhere or
mean,
something like that.
at that point, you just go on YouTube, right? But I mean, the licensing issues for a game like mixtape obviously is going to be an issue. Which I think there's most people that do that. So I have a cousin actually. She's not a gamer, but she loves like the game. She has watched the stories of like The Last of Us. I've recommended her other games like Uncharted. Like she watches those, and that's what she likes to do, and that's cool. She likes it, and that's how she does it, and she gets a kick out of it. Obviously, they make Last of Us show. You can watch it that way. It's not going to be the same effect. I mean, it brings the dollar to hour ratio, I guess, and you can also argue with that about an actual movie itself, right? A lot of people pay for movies. Obviously we have the A-list pass, which it's nice because you're paying, it doesn't feel like we're losing money, but the people that are just going to the theater, it's kind of the same deal, right? You're wasting your time for something you don't like at all, right? If you don't like it, you're pissed off, right? It's like, I want my money back. Same thing for a game, right? I need my money back. You know what I mean? That's just the gamble you got to take, right? Uh, Unfortunately, with movies, if you wait longer, it's not going to really change the price. It just depends on the time of the day, right? Like if you wait 3 months, the movie's probably already out, or if it's still in theaters,
Yeah, at that
it's
point,
it's still
yeah,
gonna it's
it's
still gonna be the same price if you go at a specific time, right? Um,
mhm.
but I mean, so it brings it like it's funny because like back in not even that far. I say back in the day, but it wasn't really that much farther up behind it. Even before the COVID days, like a 12 to 15 hour game, action hour game was great, and they're still $60, right? Or it's $10 more is what people are like. It's an outrage. I mean, again, it does suck. Yeah, it does. But it's like we're still getting these great games. I mean, obviously there's the 2000 classics that we had. We have an episode about that as well. Everyone, those old games, check it out. Ring ding ding. But like, you didn't feel like you were wasting your time in a lot of these games, right? I don't know how you feel about that.
No, I agree. I mean, again, it's different time. It's like, was it worth more then than it is now? And I think I would say probably yeah, because at that time, game development was so different, and now it's like they're churning out like a lot of the same stuff, right? A lot of repetitive gaming or games in the same genre, a lot of looter shooters going on, a lot of like Fortnite kind of clones and stuff like that. And it's like I remember we talked about this before in one of the episodes, right? It's like when we used to buy like we bought Batman Arkham Asylum and we beat it. And then the replay value to that game was crazy because we would just keep playing and playing and playing, and we would beat it again, beat it again, beat it again, stay there. The problem is developers weren't making that extra money, so they decided to implement all these, DLCs and skins and all this stuff to kind of like sort of help
Hmm.
facilitate sort of development for other games. But in the long haul, it wasn't really making them money in that sense. It was like going to the corporations that was owning that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was
Microtransactions, all that.
yeah, and the thing is like, I mean, you said like, I mean, I forget how you said this, but essentially, it's like it look, games are expensive, and they're only going to get more expensive. Grand Theft Auto, when that comes out, that's going to be a very interesting time for us because that one can like be like sort of like the catalyst to like what the rest of gaming is going to be in terms of
Mm.
what you're going to pay for, right? And the thing is, like you as a consumer, I always you've said this before, vote with your wallet, right? Like if you don't have to buy a game, you don't have FOMO. You don't FOMO doesn't exist. You create FOMO with the people near you and around you, right? It's like people who used to talk on the water coolers and tell you about the show that you were watching, and it's like I didn't get to watch that. It's fine because I didn't have Nickelodeon at the time. You know what I mean? It's like things like that. It's
Well,
like you're just gonna miss out for a little bit. The fear of missing out, right? It's like you don't need to. You could wait. I've waited for Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's the only Assassin's Creed game I've never bought. It's since I've waited, the game's been like $30. Do I still want to wait for it to go lower? Probably. I'm not going to play it anytime soon, but I definitely still want to buy it. And in this year, for sure, I'll probably get it because it'll go on sale. It'll be like $25, $20. And that's when I will jump in and grab that copy of that game. Do you see what I'm saying? I voted, I waited because I knew I had
exactly.
other games to finish. Lex and I have this crazy library, vast library of old games that are amazing that we never got to finish because we would always jump the gun and buy these games and not finish them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the other funny thing I want to add to your, the water cooler talk and the FOMO. You're so right because and even in this age right now, like the social media, like everything is
Keep
spoiled
going. I'll be
constantly.
back. Okay.
Yeah, everything is constantly spoiled, right? We see so many things on the internet about movies, whether it's a show, it's a game, it's annoying, right? But it's like we're never gonna change. It's already this. No one's gonna stop. There's no sign of stopping. And there really is no FOMO, right? If you really want to know what happens in a game, you're going to find out probably by accident, or if you really want to do it on purpose, you can do that as well. Um, but back in the day when we were playing games, like I know you talk about the water cooler talk, right? But like I remember going to school sometimes, right, and playing a game, and you're like, "Dude, did you play this?" And I remember really seeing it a lot too when I think it was when Halo 2 dropped. It was like one of the first times I had already been playing games for a little bit, but I remember being I think it was middle school and Halo 2 was dropping. And there's a bunch of kids in my class talking about it. Like, dude, do you ever play Halo? Halo? I didn't have Xbox at the time. I think I was a PS2 person at the time. And I'm like, no, I don't even know what that is. They're like, oh, dude, it's the best. You gotta get it. It's so cool. I'm like, oh, and then maybe when I get an Xbox, I eventually got an Xbox. That's when I got Halo 3. And I was like, oh, this game is great. And I played Halo 1. It was just that cooler talk, and that's the only way we had it, right? Now that doesn't matter. We can see it wherever. Like it's all over the place.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy because I like that you said the PS2 person because, like,
I, mm-hmm.
as a kid, and I understand the struggle, right? Like now we've come to this point in our lives where we kind of own most of the consoles, right? Minus Xbox because we really don't need that. just because of the exclusives, right? There's no exclusives that we want to play. Like I have a PS5. I don't even play that thing. I only wait for exclusives.
Hmm.
And it's like, and I understand, like, because I was there when I was a kid. Like, we struggled. We had a PS2, we had the Nintendo, we had these things, but it's like not always. Like, we had to wait a really long time. Like, I remember having a Nintendo, or sorry, PS2 for the longest time till I got a PS3 with my own money. Like, what, years after, or not years, but like a couple of years or a year or two after it had come out. And I remember being like, this is amazing console. I can't believe I spent, what was it, like 600, $500 at the time.
No,
It was
exactly.
crazy, you know what I mean? And then, so I understand that struggle also. Like, you got to think of like what you own. Like, right now, the biggest, the best bang for your buck is Nintendo Switch 2, right? $500 for a console. It has exclusives. It's getting third party support. Most
Hmm.
games run great. You know what I mean? I get it. People are gonna, be angry about, like, oh, I can't play maybe Warzone or something, but I'm pretty sure Call of Duty is gonna come out for that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all perspective. Like, what do you want to be playing?
No, exactly. And then, there's the whole, these games, they also have their trophy achievement stats. You can always go back. I feel like now not a lot of people do it as much. I know there's still people out there chasing a platinum or chasing whatever they call it, the Xbox version of that is. I know I used to do it, but statistically, only about 30 to 40% of people are actually finishing main campaigns. And I know you and I have been victims of this, right? We play a game, this is great, and then you just kind of stop and fall off. And like sometimes you go back and finish it, sometimes you don't. So these developers are spending so much money to make these final acts of these games that most people are not even seeing, right? Um, but
It's
yeah, it's
achievements, by the way.
well, there's trophies and achievements. Is what I said. Oh no, I'm saying like, what do you call
No,
the
I mean,
achievement
you didn't know
status?
what they call. Oh, I thought
No,
you
when
were
you
talking about
finish
like
it,
what they
like
receive.
because when you finish
Oh,
all the trophies, it's called a
oh, like
platinum.
the platinum. I think it's just
Yeah.
100% or something like that. I don't think they
Okay.
have a
Okay.
a,
You've
a
been
trophy like that.
Xboxed. Um,
No.
but yeah, I mean, again, like it brings it back to. I just wanted to. I won't bring this up as well. I feel like this always kind of comes up in these episodes. Is the age thing, right? Um, it's like, or like our age now. It's like you and I are probably totally fine playing for a game that we really want, paying for a game that we really want at a $70 price point for just 14 hours because that's great. I mean, we haven't had games like that in a while. We've been used to that. But I know, for someone younger, and again, even being older and liking that, we're still kind of hesitant, right, on the price. We're like, we can wait a little bit because everything goes on sale so quickly now. But I think that's a factor as well, right? It's just the age part of it. It's like I rather like I'm fine paying that, but like Resident Evil Requiem, that was a must play. We paid how much we played for it, 14 hours. I'm happy. You were happy, right? Um, but again, a lot of people it feels like a ripoff to them, and I guess that's not really doesn't matter an age thing at the end of the day. But it's what I'm saying. Does that make sense? um,
No,
I
no, it
really like bring
definitely
it up.
does. I think
Mhm.
it you become more weary depending on what you need to pay first, right? Because everyone has, I mean, depending on if you live by yourself and you have to pay rent, you have to,
Mhm. Mhm.
pay for clothes, or you have a kid, or you have you want to go out a lot. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these things that definitely hinder your the way you spend money on gaming, and gaming is becoming a premium now. It's like, to be honest with you, now I think about it, and it's like it's not for everyone anymore. Like, and it's
No.
sad to say that. And I don't mean it like I'm trying to gatekeep you. It's just like they're gatekeeping you right now. It's like not as accessible to for a kid who, I don't know, is like 10 and is like they're buying him a PS5. Like that's like very unheard of. Like, that's not a thing, right? It's crazy. I remember begging my uncle and my aunts to buy me games, and at that time it was like $45.
Yeah.
And for
Mhm.
me, I'm like, that's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's like, if my daughter asks me now, it's like, oh, buy me, I don't know, a freaking Astrobot. It's like 60 bucks, or let's say the new Astrobot, it's like 80.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like, dude, are you like, come on? Even now,
Yeah.
like, she won't, like, you go, like, I know you really don't like buy toys for kids. Like obviously I do for my daughter, but like we bought her a Barbie and it's just cheap plastic, just like in Jingle All the Way. You know, it's like
Yeah.
$30 for this doll. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
fun for her. She has an amazing time. It's like worth that moment. But it's like $30 for that little doll. Like I remember I would buy like a toy was like $15 maybe, or you know what I mean?
I mean, it was just
I
so
don't
pricey,
know.
right? Yeah, I mean, and she probably doesn't even play with it that long. Right after it's like the next new thing, especially a
We'll
kid.
see. I'll
They're
keep you updated. She just got it
okay.
today, so we
Well, it's
we'll
funny because my
see.
cousin,
She's
she's 6, and they'll buy her, the dolls, and obviously family members buy her for Christmas and birthdays.
yeah.
And there'd be times they're like, "Oh, hey, let's try." They'll try to get rid of some of them, and then she'll be like, "Where's that one doll that?" And she'll know, she'll remember. It's like, "Oh man, it's like we got
Of
rid of it
course,
or
they
whatever."
have this
Like
crazy memory,
yeah,
dude.
we donated it. I think it was one time, um, where there was like this random little purple ball. She didn't even play with it anymore. She was playing with it when she was a baby, and we gave it to our dog. And I remember her just staring, like, what is she playing with right now? My dog, like, she would just stop and look, and I'm like, "Oh, you're good, you're good. Don't worry about it." Oh yeah, but it's just the crazy memory again, right? It's just so funny. Um,
Nah.
but yeah, I mean, so sorry, we got a little sidetracked there. But dude, do you think the linear gaming is making a comeback? Right, there's a little growing movement of adults returning to the strictly linear level based games. And if you're not familiar with those terms, basically these games are it's a straight shoot game, right? It's not you don't have to go off the beaten path to go do side quests. You're just going through a level, maybe a little exploration here and there, but there's a lot of it is locked out. You can't just go and do whatever the heck you want. You're there for the mission and you're going to get the mission done and you're on to the next. That's like what's happening, which again, you and I enjoy. Again, I do love an open world. Don't get me wrong. But dude, I love a linear game that's just going to get me there. And if I know it's linear, I know I'm going to get it done and be able to get it done in a timely manner. Right. Because it takes a lot of energy to do an open world game that spreads out all over the place. And yeah, especially like after a long day, right? You got a lot of these games have a big learning curve, right? You gotta like remember all the stuff you have. Oh, my inventory is or who's in my party in my game and who's on, you know what I mean? All that stuff. It's if you come back after a while, but no, if you want, you can just go back and just hop in a game and go. It's nice, right? It's a good trade off. I don't know if you agree with
No, I
me
agree
there,
with
dude.
you.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you, and I think it's tough because again, it's like it's sort of subjective to depending on how you game it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would recommend for the money, and I haven't even beaten this game, but I would recommend Crimson Desert. I think that
Mm,
game is pretty darn good, and there's so much to do on that game. It's like worth the money, and it plays well, and it's fun, and I think. But again, it's like I don't have time to finish that game, but I know someone does. Like there's so much going on there. But I'm with you. I love linear, and you asked in the beginning, do I believe linear gaming or that single player sort of games are going to come back? Yeah, definitely, most definitely. They know because they've seen all these failures they have, like all these what are those freaking Sony ones that just closed down? It's Concord,
Blue Point was it? Blue
High
Point?
Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the games like High
Oh
Guard,
yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Concord, Destiny 2 that's gonna have no more updates. Um uh there's the marathon's probably gonna die, I'm pretty sure. But it's like these games are not doing well, and they see that they're not stupid. They speak numbers. If they're not making money, I'm pretty sure they're pretty gosh darn weary about the freaking Horizon game that's gonna come out. They're probably like, damn, I don't know if we should or do a tax break. Should we release it or get a tax break? But it's like, but the thing is, Lex, I'm in this weird camp though, Lex. I think we need both. And
No,
I
we
know it
do.
sounds like I'm trying to be that devil's advocate, but we need
Mm-hmm.
both. Like we need single player games because that will drive people to want to buy a PlayStation 5 because it's exclusive to that. We also need those live service games, but we just need good ones. Like we keep getting crappy ones. Like why haven't we got a Killzone multiplayer game? Like why haven't we gotten Resistance multiplayer? Like why haven't we gotten anything that Sony? Well, I mean, this is just Sony in particular, but like why haven't we gotten that? Like I think Xbox was supposed to bring out a Halo Warzone style, like a battle royale. I don't even think that ended up coming out because Halo Infinite didn't do as well. The multiplayer is
Mm-hmm.
awesome. I don't know if you guys have played that, but it's good. It's
Mm-hmm.
fun. The story is not that great. That open world, I saw what they were. I see the vision, but it just wasn't. well executed. It kind of feels like it was sort of put together and just kind of thrown out there, but it wasn't that great. You see what I'm saying? And so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think we need both Lex and I, but like you, I play single player more mostly. I'm a linear kind of guy. I look forward to that. And I think that's the thing with Lost Legacy and playing Tomb Raider and Cuphead and all these games that I've been playing recently. It's like I just need to focus on the main story and I don't need to do anything else. I did that with Cyberpunk. Thank the maker that I was able to do that. Even with The Witcher 3, I played some side stuff because it was interesting and it was intriguing and I got lost and I got side quested, right? And I loved that. It was great. I did that
Mhm.
with Cyberpunk. But at the end of the day, Lex, doing the main campaign was what was enticing to me. I wanted to know how it ends. And so that, I guess that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but I have a question for you in the audience, right?
please.
More for the audience. If a game is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but it only takes you 5 hours to beat, are you willing to pay the $70 for it? Or does it need to be an RPG to justify that price tag? I think for me, I think 5 hours is a little too small. It's got to be a little over 10 hours to justify that price tag, maybe about 10 hours, I would say. Um, but yeah, that's kind of tough, right? 5 hours a little too less, I feel like. But if it's 10 out of 10, it's kind of rough, right? You're like, and it's like a game you absolutely need to play, right? But yeah, I don't know. To me, I don't think a 5 hour game would justify a 75 price tag with a 10 out of 10. I mean, mixtapes 10 out of 10, $30 at 3 hours, dude. I have no reason to buy it, right? I'm just like, um, I guess it's a question for the audience, right? And I guess and one more other question. Sorry, I'm gonna tag onto it if you don't mind. What was the last game you played
Please.
where you actually thought, "Hey, this is a great game," but you think it should have ended a little while ago? It should already had ended, right? I know we felt that way about movies,
Ooh,
where you're like playing a game, or watching a movie, you're like, "This should have been done like at least 20 minutes ago." I can't specifically think of a game like that. I
I
always kind of
can,
enjoy.
and I already
What is it?
mentioned it, dude. Freaking Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That
Oh, man,
game
yeah.
should have ended like hours ago.
Of course.
Hours ago, Lex. I remember looking it up to Lex where I told you, dude, I don't even know if I've beaten this game. There was no clear indicator that I beat the game. And I had already beaten it like hours ago. And I was like, there's
Yeah.
no more to do. Everything else was tied to the rest of the DLC. And I'm talking about just the
Mm-hmm.
main game itself. And I was like, this was not worth the extra amount of hours that I spent on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to
Okay.
go back to your other question about if a game is a 10 out of 10 and it's amazing, let's just say The Last of Us was 5 to 8 hours to beat, right? $70.
Mm-hmm.
Would I spend that money on that game? Hell yeah. It was an amazing game, an amazing experience. I
Does
don't
and
think I don't think I is hold on. I don't think the amount of time a game is how long a game is proves the quality of a game. I've played Tetris, I've played Pac-Man for 20 minutes, 5 minutes of Pac-Man, and that is a 10 out of 10 game. That is an amazing game. Tetris, amazing game. You know what I mean? It's like it really depends. Again, it's subjective. It depends on you and how much fun you're having. It's like the more you put into it, the more fun you're going to have. I would say for most games, some games are just ass, to be honest with you, but it's like, it's kind of a tough one. You can beat Mario, the original, maybe Super Mario World 2 in less than a few like hours. If you can look that up for me, I don't think it's that long, but
which
it's like,
one? Sorry.
Super Mario World. Just look up Super Mario World. That's probably the one that most people have played more than probably the first one. But look that up and let me know how long that is. But
Yeah,
you can
about
beat
five
that in a
hours
okay. You can beat that in five
for a
hours.
standard run. For a
That is
standard run.
probably Lex. That is like probably regarded as one of, if not one, if yeah, if not one of the best sorry games out there. It's like it's recommended always. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
never it's gone diminished over time or years that it's been out. It's like it still sells really well. It's like you it's I don't know if that's a valid thing to say. I don't know if that is. Again, it depends on the game. It's like
Yeah, I mean, again, like
it really depends.
you said Last of Us, right? It's like that Naughty Dog brand. You know the brand. You trust them, right? You're like, I know they're gonna get a
Yeah,
great game out of
exactly.
me. I'm gonna play it. Um, yeah, I mean, it is rough. I mean, I think even this is gonna be a hot take for myself because like when I was playing
Please.
Death Stranding 2, I remember I got towards the end, I was like, man, why is this game still not over? But again, like I told you in that situation when I was playing that game, is like I was trying to rush it too much because I was so determined to get it done. That was my issue. That I knew I'm like, why am I already know this game is not going to be over in a second, right? It's going to take me forever, which it did, and I think that like strained me a little bit more. And I was like, this should have been done. This should have been done. But at the end of the day, I was like, no, this game was amazing. I loved it. It was wonderful. But I think just the problem was I played it the way I played it was just I was just trying to stretch it. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, I'm still in the middle of a lot of games right now, so it is kind of tough to get there. But yeah, as a recent and like even AAA games, I'm kind of just like, everything is kind of just again, like even like a Red Dead 2, right? Remember at the end of that, like no spoilers, like there's a whole section at the end of the game where you're basically just you're just farming, right? You're building a house and you're kind of like, I don't know what is happening, but obviously it builds up to something great, and you're like, okay, I love this. You know what I mean? But at the time, you're just like, I kind of don't want to do this. It's kind of lame. But then you get to the result. You're like, But not every game
I
gets you that,
get
right?
I you know, I agree with you 100%. And I always think about that particular moment because that was one of my favorite games, right? Red
No,
Dead
yeah, me
Redemption
too.
2. But
Hmm.
the way that that ends, it's like, where they have gone? Like they had to like slow you down for you to process what has just transpired on screen, right? I told you I called my wife or girlfriend at the time after beating that game and telling her, oh my God, this is what happened. She didn't care, right? Like, it's not like she doesn't care about me, but she doesn't care about the
No,
game,
yeah,
right?
of
It's like
course.
she's not gonna play it. But it was like, so I remember when that now, like now when I think back, I'm like, I guess that was their way of kind of like giving you time to process. But it's like, oh man, I remember when I did it, I'm like, I was still like angst. I had angst. I was like so anxious. Like, yeah, let me keep going. Let me do what I was doing already. Obviously, no spoiler alert, no spoilers. But if you know, you know. Sound off in the
Yeah,
comments.
no.
Let us know if that. Don't know, no spoilers, obviously, but sound off in the comments. Let us know if that hit you as well.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect way to kind of end things. I mean, I don't really have anything else for this episode unless you do. You want to add anything
I do
to our
not.
single player
No.
games here, other than let's get 007. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I do want to play that game, but
I did too, man. I
well,
really did
but
too.
hey, is there anything else you want to throw in here before we get out of here?
No, as always, dude, I would like to thank the audience for tuning in every week when we drop an episode. We appreciate it and we appreciate you. Please follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a comment, share us with your friends and family, and also follow us on Instagram. There, I and Lex will be there to answer any inquiries. That Instagram handle is checkpoint underscore reached. And yeah, Lex, please send us home.
Yes, thank you. If you had those questions like we asked earlier, is the game a 10 out of 10 game worth 70 hours? If it's only a few, $70, I'm sorry, if it's only a few hours. But yeah, we got plenty of those questions you can answer in the comments. Please follow us on Instagram. We'll see you there. We will see you all next week. Tune in. Checkpoint reached.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.